Sagittarius, welcome to Miss Amazing Tarot. Hope all of you are doing well, vibing high, being amazing as you are. So this is going to be my second time doing this. First time, didn't even realize I didn't hit record. But just to be clear, the bearded potbelly, trying to take your focus off your ships that's coming in. You're moving towards success, celebration, happiness. And, you bring a lot more to the table. It was a situation where it was equally yoked. And somebody could be trying to, kind of get you caught up and bound up, using that toxic masculine energy, a.k.a. King of Wands, using their wand to try to, cloud your judgment. So we're going to go at this one more time. Universe. Y'all could have reminded me to hit the record button. Dang. Y'all remind me of everything else when I'm doing something, choke me up, make me stub my toe and everything else. Y'all ready for that, but y'all ain't telling me about this? I see how y'all living today, okay? Y'all busy with Saturn retrograde? Got it. Well, can you give me can you give Sagittarius a little sneak peek of what's going on for the first week of August, universe, if you don't mind? Hey, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. I see y'all chilling back there. Okay, new beginning. The Fool. Taking that leap of faith. Following your intuition, High Priestess. High Priestess. Let's see. Standing on boundaries. You ain't letting up. You barely want to hear somebody out, but you're trying to good a ball, All right, the Fool. Why is the Fool here? Well, it's a new month, new beginning. So taking that leap of faith. All right, doing something different, following your intuition, I see. Fool. Why is the Fool card here for Sagittarius for the first week of August? And the Three of Wands. Let me tell you something. I started shuffling, right? Seven of Swords, the bearded potbelly, the Devil, and the Three of Wands. And I said, look at this shit right here. Somebody is running with seven swords, trying to be manipulative, trying to keep you bound to them while you focused on your progress. You got some things in the works right now, and that's what you focused on. You ain't got time for somebody's bearded potbelly and the smell of their belly button juice while they running around with seven swords. You ain't got time to be turning around and paying attention to adolescent behavior. You're going towards what you've been working on. Your purpose. Taking that leap of faith. Following your intuition. Like, you know what? F it. I'm going to do it. 2 quarters in the bucket. Fuck it. I'm taking that leap. 4 of Cups. And you ain't interested in whatever it is that people are trying to offer you. You're not interested in cups right now. Like, your heart ain't on your sleeve, technically speaking. You ain't worried about the feeling of cups or cups being knocked over. You're more so doing your soul searching, that introspection, focused on your goals, where you're going, how you're getting there. And when you and the universe, we on the same vibe. We on the same frequency. You too busy paying attention to the messages that the universe is sending you than to be worried about a cup right now. Especially a bearded potbelly that came out in the other read. Death card. You're going through a transformation. Going through a rebirth. Well, you know what? Saturn is in retrograde. So again, it makes you focus on yourself, the discipline, getting your affairs in order. Things you may have been burying your head in the sand about, but really getting down to the nitty-gritty about self and getting self right. Doing some truth seeking. So you may be spending a lot of time alone. Focused on possibly a chapter just closed. So focused on a new beginning. Going with the flow with the universe and just trying to keep yourself level-headed without any of the riffraff of Empress. Oh yeah, you definitely going through a transformation here. Moving towards abundance and prosperity. It's good energy right there. 7 of Pentacles. Thinking about long-term investments. You're focused on a long-term view. If we got to start over, we're doing it over. Let's make sure we're doing it right. You know, what did we learn in this past year, and how can we implement that moving forward? So as we take this leap, let's keep in mind we need to follow our intuition. If there's ever a point in time where we have to pull back with the Hermit and do some soul searching, it shouldn't be a problem, because it's going to allow us to get the information and the guidance that we need to move forward. So definitely progress being made here with the Fool card and the Three of Wands. Changes going on, transformations, endings and beginnings, but it is definitely for the good with the Empress and the Seven of Pentacles. Judgments. Tough decisions. Pluto is in retrograde as well. But that started back in May. So Judgment, Rebirth, 2 Scorpio cards here. You may have Scorpio in your chart, as well as Taurus and Libra. We have Virgo here. Making a judgment call to walk away. So you could have been doing some soul searching, doing some introspection, you know, sitting down talking to your homies, you know, your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides. What we doing? You know, we got to come to a decision. Are we ending this? Are we closing this cycle? Are we moving away from things that no longer serve us? That's just, you know, I ain't really satisfied with this area of my life, you know. 7 of Cups. Plenty of opportunities. Make sure you vet all of your choices that's coming your way. Spending time thinking about the long-term view, and the time and resources and energy that will be invested in any of all options that you consider. And this, what's under here? Ace of Wands. When it comes to a brand new beginning, as you continue to heal and grow. 3 of Pentacles. Working with like-minded individuals when it comes to your healing. That's your angels, ancestors, spirit guides right there. Justice in the universe having your back. 10 of Cups. Happiness. Happy ending. What's under here? Yeah, follow your intuition when it comes to your stability and security here with the King of Pentacles, or you could be dealing with a King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Slow and steady wins the race. If this is a work opportunity or something that you're trying to invest in, you do have the King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles with the 7 of Pentacles. So this is definitely talking about your money, honey. You know, transformation happening in your finances. There's some changes happening. You may have to go within to seek guidance on how to move forward, to allow you to sit on your throne and receive, being able to invest. And, you know, you got money to put into some stocks and things and just let it be, you know, investments. So making decisions when it comes to that 6 of Pentacles, everybody being taken care of. All right, universe, let's get some money messages for Sagittarius. Career and money for Sagittarius for the first week of August, universe. Shift. Taking your career in a totally different direction. Like I said, it may have been some changes in your finances. So could have been with your career. Have the courage to change course, continue to grow, learn, and change. So you've reached the end of a route where you can no longer continue traveling. So there could be a shift coming up in your finances. The universe is saying, look, we know what we're doing. We just need you to take that leap. So that door closes, understand, you know, there's another one opening. Unfulfilled. So you could be unfulfilled in a particular position. You can have an emotional attachment to your job that is no longer serving you. Explore your wants and needs and consider a change. You're unhappy with your income, but too scared to make any changes. That's that Four of Cups right here, unfulfilled. So definitely going within and considering your wants and your needs and having the strength and courage to make that change. When that shift comes, when it comes time to pivot, you already understand what's going on. It's like, you know, the universe, you've been hearing, you've been seeing signs and synchronicities, listening to readings that a change is coming, a shift is coming, and all of a sudden you go to work and you get called in the office. Instead of the back and forth dialogue, what did I do? I could do, you know what? It's just like you just sit there and say, okay, all right, well, you guys have a nice day. And you get up and walk away, understanding that this door is closing. I know as soon as I walk out of here, the universe is opening another one. If the door ain't open already. Get what I'm saying? So it's just like going with the flow, knowing that you're unfulfilled. And sometimes, let me tell you something, I've been on that side. Being loyal as a Scorpio, sometimes I'm loyal to a fault. You know, and sometimes the universe be like, no, you got the warning signs a long time ago that you needed to move, you needed to do this, you needed to do that. And trying to do it my way, you know, being a Scorpio, doing it my way. And especially when it comes to work, I got Capricorn in my Mars placement, so when it comes to work, oh yeah. Sometimes, yeah, the universe will knock me upside my head and say, no, we told you what to do, and yeah, we're going to make sure you do it. So with that, Sagittarius, that is all I have for you when it comes to your overall energy for the first week of August. If you find that this resonates, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one.